Hi guys, welcome back to Granya's Home and Kitchen. Hear me out, alright? Penny, the moment I start to speak, the moment, go on, get out. Now she doesn't want to go out because it's too cold. Anyway guys, welcome back to Granya's Home and Kitchen. So guys, I decided I was going to do a little bit of a mini series on the Instapot. This is the Instapot Duo Air Fryer. So this is new. I don't know how long it's been out, but I just heard about it and I decided to buy one for myself because it's only Kieran and I on our own now. I keep forgetting to cook dinner, and the two of us, we're getting old, so we have sometimes we don't have our lunch until like 3 o'clock, and then we're not hungry, and then by the time it's time to cook dinner, I'm too tired. So I decided to invest in this Instapot. So what I thought I'd start off with, and now Leroy. Can you let Leroy out, Kieran? So what I decided to do was to introduce you to the Instapot with the air fryer. Now, some of you probably already have the Instapot and you may even know more about it than I know, but I just did a bit of research and I thought I would go through it with you. I'll just point out the different functions and then we're going to make a stew. Okay guys, so let me bring the camera around to show you the control panels and we'll talk a little bit about the Instapot. Okay guys, so here is the Instapot. Now this one comes with two lids. This lid here is the air fryer lid, and if you look under, oh sorry, I have the cover on it. I'll show you that in a moment. But under here you'll see it has a fan, so it's a little bit like a convection oven and it will crisp up your food for you. I've used it and it worked beautifully, and we might as well go straight to, so this here is a little stand that when you take off your air fryer lid and it's hot, you lay it on this stand here to stop it damaging your countertop. But it has a dual purpose. So when you're finished using it and you've cleaned everything, you can turn over this stand and you're going to line up the edge of your lid with the edge of this here. You're going to sit it down. It's actually a little bit tricky. I'd say you'd get used to it, but for me, I find it a little bit tricky to get this on. In fact, I actually like to do it this way. So you sit it in like this, and then you just give it a twist, and you can see it attaches to the lid. So it makes for easy storage. Okay, so we'll put that aside for the moment. So here is your pressure cooker lid. And this is your steam release, and you have to press this to release your steam, but once you attach the lid back on, it automatically resets. So that's our pressure cooker lid. The functions of the Instapot. So the uses. So here is the display panel of the Instapot, and you can see it's very simple. It has a pressure cooker button, a saute button, slow cook, steam, and sous vide. I don't know what that means. Some of you probably know. I won't be using that one for sure. And then you have your air fry, roast, bake, broil and dehydrate. So the top row you use the pressure cooker lid, and the bottom row you use the air fryer lid. Well actually, I lie when I say that. You don't use the pressure cooker lid for all of these. Saute, you don't have a lid on it. I haven't looked into slow cooking yet, so I'm going to look into that. I'm not actually sure how that works, but we will maybe do a video on that because I'm going to try it for cooking my Christmas puddings. So when I'm doing that, I'll show you how this works. So inside the pot, you have, this here is your air fryer basket, and it comes with this stand, which you must have on. This has to be on when you're frying. It took me ages to find that out because the instructions are not that great, guys. And then you have your standard inner pot. So I think this is pretty standard on all the Instapots. Now, the one thing you need to remember is nothing will work without this. You have to have this in for your air frying and for all your other cooking. You don't put your air fryer directly into the Instapot like this. And I made that mistake last night. I was trying actually I was going to air fry my beef, and it wouldn't work. So, but it will tell you. So if I just put this in, let me show you, and I put on my lid. Okay, so The lid has an electrical plug here that plugs into, so this is the male and this is the female, so it sits on top like this. So if you just put your lid on like this, right, and you try, so I'm going to go air fry, and I hit start, it'll say pot, so it'll warn you that you don't have your inner pot in, which is really good. So now we'll just hit cancel. I'll take off my air fryer lid again. It's heavy, guys. You'll have biceps after this. So you have to have this in here, even for when you're air frying. Okay? So your air fryer basket. You can put your food directly down here, or if you want it a little bit higher up, you can use this. You can put this in, and it just brings it closer to the fryer. And they also give this. Now, I'm not 100% sure. I know that it's for the air fryer, but I'm not 100% sure how it works. Let me see. It clicks in like that. So I'm guessing if you wanted to put that in there and then put this on top, it would even bring it closer. I'm not 100% sure about that one, but it does come with this. It may actually also be used in the pressure cooker. So that's just something I need to look into a little bit more. But anyway, this also comes with the Instapot. I am not going to be using the air fryer today. I will do a recipe maybe during the week on the air fryer. I did make French fries and they were delightful. So we will do that at another time. So guys, I'm hoping I will have more instructions for you as I get used to it, but that's just the very basics. Oh, and something apparently with the old Instapot you didn't have to hit start, but with this one you do have to hit start. So just remember that if you're using it. So let's make a stew today, and hopefully the next time I use it I'll have more information for you. So we're going to make a nice wholesome stew. This will cook in about a half an hour. And we have it on our table probably in 45 minutes. So first thing I'm going to do is saute my meat. Now I prepared this meat earlier, guys, and what I did was I dusted the beef with some seasoning and some flour. So when the pan has heated up, I'm going to pop in my meat, and first of all we're going to sear the meat. Okay guys, so my oil is heated and now I'm just going to pop in my meat. You can hear it sizzling there, so we know it's ready. Okay, so I seared the beef and I'm going to take it out now. Oh. And you can see all these juices. Now guys, you see all this at the bottom of the pot? That's just going to add to the flavour, so don't worry about that. So I'm going to take the meat out. I'm definitely shrinking, guys. It's ridiculous. I need to get myself a little stool. Kieran actually did buy me a stool and I keep forgetting to use it. Now I'm just going to add my onion. So that's a small, like a smallish onion. And I'm going to just add that to the pot. That's going to add a lovely flavour to the stew. So we just quickly saute the onion. Okay, so they're just lightly sauteed. And now I'm going to add a little bit of liquid. So I am using, guys, look at this, beef bouillon with red wine. How delightful. You can just use regular beef bouillon if you like. So I'm just going to put a little bit in the bottom. I turn the saute up to high again. And I'm just going to, what are you doing? And I'm just going to try and deglaze this a little bit with the liquid. This will heat up again, and it will hopefully, as my mother would call this, the essence of the meat down here. So we'll just heat that up and try and deglaze it a little bit. So now I'm going to add, actually I'm going to add half of this bouillon because I'm not sure how much I'm going to need to cover the meat and the vegetables. And I'm also going to add 2 sachets of OXO. This is OXO powder. You could use OXO cubes. So we will add them in. I used to get the Bovril sachets, but I can't get them anymore. I don't know what's going on with them. We're just going to mix that through. And then I have just this liquid Bovril. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon. Oh, maybe a little more. A squirt, as they'd say. Okay. So I'm just going to mix all that around. If you want to season with salt and pepper, you can. But there's usually lots of salt in all those seasonings, so I'm not going to bother. Now I'm going to add back in my beef. And I'm going to add my carrots. Whoops, my carrots and onions. So I have 3 carrots and I have about 6 small potatoes there. So now I'm going to add them in. I'm going to mix that around. And then I'm just going to pour in enough liquid to cover the vegetables. So might not quite need the whole one. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it there. Okay. So now the magic is about to happen. We're going to take our pressure cooker lid and we're going to line it up. Hang on, I'm at a bad angle here, guys. Now I'm going to put on my pressure cooker lid. So you can close it. You'll see the directions here. And I'm going to hit pressure cook. Actually, I'm going to hit cancel, sorry, to knock off the saute. So I'm going to hit the pressure cook. Now, I am going to cook it for 30 minutes. It remembers the last time that you used. If you want to go up more, you can just go up or you can go down. But 30 minutes should be fine. And remember, and also leave the keep warm button on. So if you don't get around to having your dinner straight away, it will keep it nice and warm for you. Now, if you see what happened there, guys, it went off because I didn't hit the start button. So let's do it again. Pressure cooker. Now, actually, let's just show if I hit air fry. It's going to say lid. So it knows I have the wrong lid on. So we're going to go to pressure cooker and we're going to hit start. Now, it will start once it has built up the correct amount of pressure, and you will see this little piece here will pop up when it has reached the pressure, and it will cook for half an hour, and then I will let it rest for a while. I'm not going to open it straight away because I made that mistake. Okay guys, 30 minutes and it just beeped. So now I'm going to let it stand for probably about 10 or 15 minutes. And then I'm going to release it. So I just thought I would show you. We'll watch this now go to 1 and it's been open for a minute. And of course, can you hear the Grand Prix in the background? Sure, it wouldn't be a video of mine if I didn't have Kieran in the background, right? So you're just going to have to believe me. Oh, there we go. 1. So that's going to count up instead of counting down. Okay, I'll be back to you in about maybe 10 or 15. Alrighty guys, it's actually 16 minutes. So the moment of truth. So here is the pressure release button. So don't put your hand across here when you do it. Make sure you do it from this side. And I'm going to smush that. Now, so you saw the little silver thing go back down. So now all the pressure has been released. And now I can open my lid. And it's looking lovely in there. Okay guys, so if you like a watery stew, this is perfect. But I like my stew to be a bit thicker than this. So I'm just going to turn back on the saute. So remember, this is what we used when we sauteed the onions and the meat. And I'm going to kind of bring it back to a boil because I'm going to thicken it. Now you can use corn flour. So I'm going to use Bisto. It's upside down, guys. which is basically cornstarch. That's all that's really in Bisto, and there's like a bit of a colouring and maybe a malt flavour. There is no beef flavouring in Bisto, in case you think there is. That's why you need to add it to the juices of the meat. So I'm going to take 2 good heaped teaspoons, because I want to thicken. We do like a thick stew. And actually these teaspoons are huge. So, okay, so I'm going to get 2 heaped teaspoons of Bisto to mix the cold water and the Bisto together. If you use hot water, it will go thick, so make sure you use cold water. And when this comes to the boil, I will add it and stir it through until it's thick. And if it doesn't thick enough, I'll add more. But let's say we do like our stews to be thick, like ourselves. Okay. So, oh, I forgot to hit start. No wonder it didn't. Okay, so don't forget, guys, you got to hit. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's cancel this first. That's what I need to do. I'm going to hit saute and then start. So, see what the mistake I made, guys. So you have to hit cancel after you've opened the lid of your pressure cooker, and then I'm going to hit my saute and start. And then this will sort of boil up again, and then I can add my Bisto. See, it's boiling up now because it's on saute. Give it a little stir. And then just before you add your Bisto or your corn flour, or you could use flour, whatever you have in the cupboard, you're going to stir it. Now I'm going to let that come to the boil so that it thickens. And then we're going to eat. Oh, I'm hungry today. What time is it? Whoops! See, it's 7:30. You know what? This COVID, we're all at home all the time. The day just leaves us, doesn't it? And because Kieran works from home, and we just, I don't know, we're dreadful. We're on no time schedule at all. Okay, so you can see my stew is thickening up lovely there. That's just the perfect consistency for how we like it, guys. If you want it a bit thicker, you just need to add some more cornstarch or Bisto or whatever it is you want to do. I'm actually going to get down here in the bottom and give it a good stir, so if there's anything stuck on the end, we get all the flavours. And now I'm going to serve it. Just make it look absolutely delicious. Do you know what I like about this, guys? There's probably not too much in this. It's literally one pot. The only washing up I have to do is this pot. Now I know actually you'll say the same with a regular stew, but I just find it so much easier. I'm loving this, and so today is Tuesday, so I'm going to try, my goal is to try and make Tuesdays and Thursdays my video days. I'm hoping on Thursday to do another dish. Oops, I've got gravy here. So I'm hoping on Thursday to do another dish with my air fryer. So that will probably take me a day or two to put it up. So just look out for that, guys. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you've watched it all the way to the end, if you could put a smiley face in the comments just to let me know, I'd appreciate it. If you could give me a thumbs up, that would be amazing. If you haven't already subscribed, guys, it would really help me out if you did subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, don't forget to ask below. Now, along with the Instapots, I'm going to be doing other recipes in between. So it's not just going to be all instant. I keep calling it Instapot. It's not going to be all instant pot, but I will do a little series, as I said, on it. Okay guys, you take care and have a wonderful day.